He's off on one of his mazy runs. On and on he goes! A thing of wonder to see.
£55 million.
We saw Spurs splash the cash this week. Mohamed Kudus making that move from West Ham to...
6 years locked in. First transfer from West Ham to Tottenham since 2011.
It's a big moment. I'm finally here. I'm very happy and can't wait.
That alone sounds like a headline grabber, right? But beyond the numbers and history, this is a signing that could seriously shake up Spurs' future.
Wonder to seal the deal for West Ham United. Kudus at home, so often unstoppable.
Mohamed Kudus is now a Tottenham player, and if you're anything like me, you're probably asking, okay, but why exactly should I care? Sure, transfers happen all the time, and fans get used to the hype trains that sometimes go nowhere. But this move lands at a unique moment for Spurs.
Tottenham Hotspur have appointed Thomas Frank as their new head coach.
Thomas Frank just took over from Ange Postecoglou. Yes, the same Ange who won the Europa League with Spurs, but still got the boot. Weird, I know. Football is wild like that. Anyway, Frank's stepping in and making his first major signing. And it's a statement. It says, I'm here to build, to compete, and I'm backing it up with serious firepower. Kudus is the guy who could help turn that ambition into reality. And honestly, if you thought Spurs were finally ready to get back to the top, this signing might just be the sign you need. It's not just a transfer, it's the start of something new, something exciting. What kind of player is Mohamed Kudus?
Kudus! Hang on! Hold the phone in the title race!
Let's get real for a second. What does Kudus actually bring to the table? I mean, stats are great and all, but do they tell the whole story? Here's a quick scoop. Kudus is a left-footed dynamo who can play attacking midfield or wing. Standing at about 5'10", he's not some giant target man, but he's got explosive pace that makes defenders look silly. Imagine someone darting through tight spaces, twisting defenders inside out, then finishing like a cold-blooded assassin. That's Kudus. But it's not just fancy footwork, he's got the brain for the game too, knowing when to take on defenders, when to pass, when to sprint. He's a master at turning defense into attack, carrying the ball forward with purpose. Plus, he shoots and scores. In the Eredivisie, he ranked 6th in expected goals per 90 with 0.6 xG and was among the top shooters too. Have you seen Ajax's recent Champions League runs? Kudus scored 4 goals and made 2 assists in just 6 games. That's a goal involvement every 39 minutes or so. Then remember that hat-trick against Ludogorets in the Europa League? Pure clutch. And at West Ham, he scored a solo goal against Freiburg that won UEFA's goal of the season. Style points off the charts. So yeah, Kudus is not just a flashy dribbler, he's a player who knows how to make moments count. And honestly, watching him play is a reminder that football's still about moments of magic, moments Kudus seems born to create. How does Kudus fit into Thomas Frank's Spurs? Alright, now the tactical bit. You might be thinking, cool, so he's good, but does he fit into Frank's system? Here's the thing, Frank's Spurs is all about direct attacking, intense pressing, and quick transitions. It's a fast-paced, no-nonsense style where every player has to work hard, press aggressively, and be smart with the ball. And Kudus? He's built for that. Frank demands his forwards press hard. Kudus currently averages about 1.32 tackles per 90 minutes. Not elite yet, but with his pace and energy, this is a skill he can definitely sharpen under Frank's guidance. I can already imagine him chasing down defenders, forcing errors, sprinting back. It's the kind of intensity Frank loves. Then there's Kudus's ball carrying. He averages 3.41 progressive carries per 90 minutes, placing him in the 97th percentile. Translation, he's one of the best in Europe at driving the ball forward with speed and purpose. His positional flexibility, it's a massive bonus too. He plays a mix of roles, 39% of his games as a false 9, 50% as a central midfielder, plus time on the right wing as an attacking midfielder. That kind of versatility, it gives Frank so many options to mess with defenses. Picture Kudus cutting inside from the right wing on that sweet left foot, slicing defenses open, or dropping deep as a false nine, dragging defenders out, and creating space for Son or Brennan Johnson to exploit. Speaking of Son, imagine those two combining. Kudus' dribbling and directness paired with Son's pace and finishing. Defenders will have nightmares. Add in James Maddison orchestrating the midfield and Rodrigo Betancourt's engine running box to box, and you have a midfield and forward line that blends creativity, power, and tactical smarts. Kudus fits right into that jigsaw puzzle. Honestly, Frank's system and Kudus seems like peanut butter and jelly. It just makes sense. Kudus, exactly what Spurs need. You know the feeling when a team has everything but just misses that spark? Spurs have been there. Solid players, strong defense, great midfield moments, but lacking that unpredictable element in attack. Kudus brings exactly that. His creativity and unpredictability are off the charts. Remember, he averages 4.6 successive take-ons per 90 minutes. The most recorded in Eredivisie history since data collection began. That means he's consistently beating defenders one-on-one. And get this, his dribble success rate? That's over 52%, higher than guys like Jack Grealish and Luis Diaz, both known for their ability to glide past players. Kudus isn't just flashy, he's effective. He creates chances where none seem to exist. That's gold against teams that love to park the bus and clog the midfield. On the goals front, Kudus has proven he's not shy. Last season at Ajax, 18 goals and 5 assists. At West Ham, he added 13 goals and 9 assists in 65 Premier League games. That's a serious contribution from midfield. But maybe more impressive is his mentality. He says, "When I see space with the ball at my feet, I don't care what's in front of me. I have to go for it." That's fearless. That's the kind of confidence and aggression Spurs need to turn draws into wins and near misses into trophies. And don't forget, he's done this on the biggest stages: Champions League, Europa League, and the World Cup. He's been tested and thrived. When was the last time Spurs had a midfielder with that kind of fearless approach? Exactly. What does this signing say about Spurs? This move is more than just a player coming in. It says a lot about where Spurs are headed.
They'd made a bid of around £50 million for Kudus. That was rejected out of hand.
£55 million is a big investment, especially in today's market. It signals ambition and belief in Frank's project. Spurs aren't just collecting players, they're building a team. Frank is clearly putting together a core of young, hungry, and versatile players. Kudus joins in the mix with Mickey van der Ven, a defensive powerhouse, Pape Sarr, who runs tirelessly in the midfield, Brennan Johnson, direct and energetic, and Destiny Udogie, an attacking fullback with flair. This isn't a team settling for mid-table. This is a squad aiming for serious competition. Frank talks about building on the foundation Ange laid down. Kudus is a perfect bridge between Postecoglou's attacking flair and Frank's structured, data-driven style. It's a fusion of creativity and discipline. And this isn't a short-term gamble. A 6-year contract means Spurs are thinking long-term, planning years ahead. It's a clear message to fans and rivals: Spurs are here to stay and to fight for honours. You can almost feel the excitement bubbling among the fans, and honestly, who can blame them? The exciting road ahead. So, where does this leave Spurs fans? Honestly, I'm buzzing, and you should be too. Kudus brings everything Spurs have been missing: pace, skill, goals, and that electric spark that can turn a game on its head. With experience in Europe's top competitions and a solid Premier League track record, he looks ready to step into the spotlight. He's only 24, which means he's just hitting his peak. If Frank and the Spurs coaching staff can help him fine-tune his pressing and adapt to the unique demands of Tottenham's style, the sky's the limit. Let's not forget the stats that back this up. 92 successful dribbles last season, second highest in the Premier League, 3.2 dribbles completed per 90 minutes, 13 goals and 12 assists in Premier League appearances, 4 goals and 2 assists in Champions League matches, £55 million transfer fee, an investment that screams potential. These numbers tell a story of a player ready to step up. The only question is, how quickly will he become the Spurs fans' new favourite? Final thoughts? Is Kudus Spurs' missing piece? Without question, Mohamed Kudus is a perfect fit for Tottenham's ambitions and style. This isn't just another signing to fill the bench or appease fans. It's a calculated, ambitious move that reflects the club's intent. Kudus embodies the qualities Spurs need: directness, pace, skill, goals, and the mentality to perform in big games. Under Thomas Frank's leadership, Spurs might have just found the player to help them finally break through. So, Spurs fans, what do you think? Is Kudus the spark that will ignite this new Spurs era? Or will he take a little time to settle? Drop your thoughts below, because this signing deserves the hype and the conversation. And if you want more deep dives, tactical breakdowns, and transfer insights, hit subscribe. We've got plenty more coming. Alright, that's a wrap. Thanks for sticking around. I can't wait to see Kudus weave his magic in the Tottenham jersey. Catch you next time.